In late 1968, Northern California was plunged into a nightmare. On December 20th, high school sweethearts David Arthur Faraday, 17, and Betty Lou Jensen, 16, were ambushed and shot dead near Benicia Lake Herman Road. The .22 caliber handgun casings scattered around Faraday's body would become a signature in the Zodiac's murderous pattern. Only 6 months later, on July 4th to 5th, 1969, the killer struck again at Blue Rock Springs Park in Vallejo. He shot Darlene Elizabeth Farron, 22, dead, and critically wounded Michael Mageau, 19, who later survived. Mageau's testimony and the crime scene details would become key forensic threads. Then on September 27, 1969, at Lake Berryessa, a man in a bizarre hooded costume attacked picnic-goers Cecilia Ann Shepard, 22, and Brian Hartnell, 20. Both were stabbed. Shepard died 2 days later, while Hartnell survived. This violent escalation made local headlines. The final confirmed murder came on October 11, 1969, when Zodiac turned his focus inside San Francisco, shooting taxi driver Paul Lee Stein, 29, in the Presidio Heights neighborhood. He then sent a piece of the victim's bloody shirt to the San Francisco Chronicle, cementing his twisted claim to infamy. A killer's taunts, letters, ciphers, and psychology. Beginning in August 1969, the Zodiac mailed taunting letters to newspapers, demanding publication. He adopted the name Zodiac, signed with his infamous circle and cross logo, and threatened mass murder and bombings. He claimed to be collecting slaves for the afterlife, and ciphers became his dark game. In 1969, he sent 3 cryptograms. The first cipher was cracked quickly, revealing chilling language. 2 later ciphers remain unsolved. In 2020, a team of cryptographers decrypted the notorious 340-character cipher, unveiling that he gloated about having enough slaves and mocked authorities. The FBI and local law enforcement had relied on expert cryptanalysis and forensic handwriting methods to decode messages and lift latent fingerprints from the letters. Investigations and suspects. Though the FBI never opened the case formally, it assisted multiple local agencies, Vallejo Police, Napa County DA, Solano County, the SFPD, and California DOJ, by providing tools such as handwriting analysis, fingerprinting, and behavioral consulting. The only official suspect ever named was Arthur Lee Allen, a teacher and Navy veteran. He was linked by circumstantial clues. He owned a Zodiac brand wristwatch with a cross-circle symbol, taught cryptography offbeat interests, and was pointed at by survivor Mageau in a photo lineup. He was interviewed multiple times, and police searched his home in 1972, and again shortly after his death in 1992, but despite suspicions, there was no decisive evidence tying him to the crimes. DNA and fingerprint evidence later ruled him out as a conclusive match. In 2021, a group of former law enforcement personnel and forensic experts calling themselves the Case Breakers proposed Gary Francis Posta, deceased Air Force veteran, as the Zodiac, citing shoe prints, a paint-splattered wristwatch, and alleged anagram clues. But law enforcement has not confirmed their theory, and the case officially remains unsolved and open. Victims and legacy. The Zodiac is officially confirmed to have killed 5 people and wounded 2 survivors, Mageau and Hartnell. In his letters, he claimed up to 37 victims, but none of those additional cases have been definitively linked to him. The murder of Sherry Jo Bates, 1966, in Southern California was speculated to be connected early on, but Riverside police maintained that Zodiac was likely not involved, though intriguing forensic details emerged, like skin and hair fragments found under her fingernails. The case continues to captivate true crime buffs, authors, filmmakers, and investigators. The enduring mystery, coded messages, and elusive identity-fueled works, such as Robert Graysmith's Zodiac books, chronicle cartoonist who gathered evidence for over a decade. The 2007 Fincher film, Zodiac, and the 2024 Netflix documentary, This is the Zodiac Speaking. Why the case still haunts. The Zodiac's taunting letters and complex ciphers created a cat-and-mouse game that blurred the line between killer and showman. Despite major efforts, including modern forensic advances, his identity remains unknown. Official investigations keep the case open. The FBI, California DOJ, and multiple local jurisdictions still hold files and await definitive proof. The Zodiac vanished as abruptly as he arrived. His final confirmed attack in October 1969, followed by letters until 1974, then silence. His chilling signature remains etched in history. 5 lives stolen, 2 survivors forever scarred, and endless cryptograms left unsolved. He promised slaves in the afterlife. Instead, he gifted the world a riddle that refuses to die.